These are 5,000 races for beginners in D&D. Now, let's roll initiative. Radiant Soul Aasimar. Aasimars are a lineage of beings that were born with a divine spark in their soul. Overflowing with celestial power, they are either the good Boy Scouts or the edgy overlords of D&D. You can choose to either be small or medium, and you got 30 feet of movement, 60 feet of dark vision, and resistance to necrotic and radiant damage. Dark vision is super useful. And while we are not going to use the resistance to radiant damage a lot, resisting necrotic damage is a huge benefit for fighting any sort of undead or necromancer. At level 1, you also get healing hands. You can roll a number of d4s equal to your proficiency bonus and touch a creature. When you touch a creature, that creature regains a number of hit points equal to the number that you roll between all of the dice. Also, you get the light cantrip. It is not necessary to you because you got dark vision, but it can help many puny humans that you got in your team. At level 3, you get the key feature of the Aasimar lineage, Celestial Revelation. With Celestial Revelation, you can choose one of 3 transformations that you can activate with a bonus action. The transformations give you different angelic powers to destroy and banish your foes. Necrotic's Rout and Radiant Consumption, well, they are okay. But the best transformation, and the one that I will choose for any range build,
It's Radiant Soul.
it gives you extra radiant damage equal to your proficiency bonus once per turn, but the most important part is flying movement equal to your walking speed. And that's huge! It's great for mid-range builds because a lot of D&D monsters only got physical attacks and melee hits. So you're able to get 20-30 feet into the sky. They won't be able to hit you. Aasimar are a great race for anyone wanting to play a sorcerer, a warlock, or hell. If you really like the flavor, you can get any of the other transformations and play anything more melee oriented like maybe a paladin. Deep Gnome.
Deep Gnome or Skitterfish, Sniverbeam, Slithering, oh no, Spear Nibbling.
They start better than any other gnome with 30 feet of movement. They also got 120 feet of dark vision. A lot better than any other race with dark vision. Outside of, well, a class that I don't want to mention. You also start with the already classical gnomish magic resistance. That gives you resistance to wisdom, charisma, and intelligence saving throws that are related to any spells casting against you. Now, at low levels, there are not going to be a lot of spell casting done against you, but as the game progresses and you gain more level, more enemies got very dangerous spells that can be thrown against your character. So this is clutch. It is a great defensive feature. In the game, there are spells considered for the community as save or sack. That means that if you get affected by those spells like slow or hypnotic pattern, your character is almost as good as out of the combat, if not worse, dead or practically dead. So having this extra layer of defense and probably succeeding these save or sack spells and saving throws, it is very, very important at more higher levels of play. With Birnebling Camouflage, they get advantage on stealth checks a number of times equal their proficiency bonus. Stealth is a big part of a lot of different classes in this game. So having a free advantage in it a number of times with proficiency bonus, it's amazing. And that's not all. Level 3 they get Disguise Stealth. Level 5 they get the second level spell Non-Detection without needing to use any material components. You can use the spells for free once per day, but if you're a spellcaster, they are already added to the list of spells that you can use spell slots for. So More spells, it's always great, either if you are a more magical character or a spellcaster. You are not going to use these spells every day, but everyone loves playing where the gnome gets to stealth around, use his cunning and his different disguises to get something important for the party. So they are very, very fun, and you'll remember every scene when your character disguises as someone else. I assure you that. Taking all of this into account, deep gnomes are a great race for anyone that wants to dig into stealth, secrecy, and your own survival. They make great rogues and bards that every party would love to have. Goblin. Our little green demons are one of the more recognizable races in fantasy in general, and in D&D they are
Savages.
a goblin. You are considered a humanoid, but also a goblin for any prerequisites or effects that require for you to be a goblin. Until the actual date, there are no effects going to that. Oh well, you also got a 30 feet of movement and dark vision with 60 feet. The ancestry gives you advantage for ending any charming effects that your character is into, either for the first time or if you are trying to resist an effect that is already happening. It is situational, against somebody like vampires it's going to be very important, but in general it's situational at best. But there are two features that put the goblin in this list. The first one is Fury of the Small. With Fury of the Small, whenever you hit an enemy that is larger than you can activate the feature, doing a little bit of extra damage equals your proficiency bonus. And you can also use this feature a number of times equal your proficiency bonus. You can only use this once per turn, but it's still very good. Goblins are small creatures, so any target that is bigger than you, spoiler, the majority of them are going to suffer a little bit of extra damage every turn for a whole combat maybe. The way you want to use this ability, it's always targeting enemies that are bigger or larger than you. If there are other goblins or gnomes around, don't try to use this feature and focus on the bigger targets. The last feature of the goblin, and the truly amazing one, it's Nimble Escape. This feature lets you use your bonus action to disengage or hide. Now, this is 2/3 of the cunning action feature on the rogues, and it is very powerful. Cunning action for a rogue, it's a class-defining feature. So having almost the same ability, it's just bonkers, it's crazy! Except for the inability of dashing with the bonus action, they are exactly the same feature. Now, this is the reason why maybe you wouldn't want to make a rogue goblin, even if it's really what anyone will think that it's the best class for the race. It is not, because they basically, both features just literally do the same. So please don't pick a rogue for any goblins. It is a bad idea. But it's so good for any other class. With any ranged character, what you really want is to disengage away from it. With this one, the only price is a bonus action. Instead of that, the ability to hide is great for any squishy type of character. Because if you are hiding away from the battlefield, enemies won't be able to see you, so they won't be able to attack you. It is great for any other class. Classes that tend to play ranged characters armed with maybe a bow can use this class to the full potential. Anything that goes with dexterity and ranged weapons, like a ranger or a fighter. Now, rangers tend to use a lot the bonus action for other things. Try to go for subclasses that really don't use the bonus action so much. Like, for example, Hunter. Goblins are a great race for new players to learn about positioning and hiding tactics in D&D. Minotaur. Let's grab the bull by the horns with this one. Please, don't leave. I am sorry for the dad joke. And now, let's get back on track. As a Minotaur, you'll be considered a medium creature, not large. That is important to understand. But also you'll get 30 feet of movement. Sadly, no dark vision with this one. So be sure to bring torches to the dungeon. You don't want to be blind and below. The weakest feature that you'll get from the Minotaur, it's Labyrinth Recall. Labyrinth Recall always lets you know where it's north, and it gives you advantage on survival checks to track or navigate. It is a decent feature and it's a welcome addition, but really just proficiency in survival by itself would have been a better feature to have. But hey, we need to work with what we have. As it is obvious, Minotaurs got horns, and you can use the horns to make unarmed strikes. You can use them to deal 1d6 plus strength modifier, and you are considered proficient with them. You aren't just going to use that with the horns. Any other martial weapon will probably be either equal or better. But it is a prerequisite for the next feature, Goring Rush. Goring Rush, where you dash and move at least 20 feet away from where you started. Well, you are going to be able to use bonus action if you reach any enemies, to use your horn to make an unarmed strike. It feels amazing, but it is just very fun to impale enemies with your horn. But let's be honest, chances are that if you're playing a Minotaur, probably because you want to play a big frontliner. Problem with frontliners is those pesky first turns. Enemies are far away and you with 30 feet of movement you cannot reach them. You enter turn throwing a javelin or till the enemies get to you. With this, you can maybe not make a full combo of attacks, but at least get to them and connect with your horns. That is a welcome addition. Yeah, really, everyone that has played any sort of melee character have had those turns when you run up to the enemy, look at the enemy of the eyes, and end the turn. Because you're 10 feet away from them, it's like, you're there, do you want to get to them and smash them? But you can't. It feels bad, and with this at least you are able to get to any enemy that is trying to run away, is trying to get to you, and at least make relatively more of damage. The ability is called Hammering Horns. Basically, after you hit an enemy with a melee attack, you can use your bonus action to push an enemy away. The enemy needs to succeed a strength saving throw against your difficulty class, or he'll be pushed 10 feet away from you. This is great to manipulate enemy positioning in the battlefield. Let's say that you want to push them away from the very frail wizard, or maybe you just want to make sure that they fall into a cliff. It got a lot of different uses, but all of them are very good. Minotaurs are an amazing race to control distance in the battlefield. Either your distance to the enemy, or the distance between your enemies and your allies. Even the distance of your enemies and different elements of the environment. Like I said before, cliffs and other hazards that can be around the battlefield. Minotaurs are great for fighters, paladins, or barbarians that want to bring the pain in melee combat. Vedalken. Vedalken, or Megamind, as I like to call them. They are very weird. They are blue, giant, bald people. Blue, giant, bald people. They are all also very intelligent. Does that ring any bell? They are medium creatures with 30 feet of movement, and you can breathe underwater 1 hour per long rest. With Vedalken Dispassion, they got advantage on intelligence, charisma, and wisdom saving throws. On everything. Not all the spells like the gnome, no.
On everything.
This is bonkers. This is even better than the gnome ability. This one, you are also protected against auras or abilities that are not considered spells. You also get Tireless Precision that gives you proficiency in one skill from this list,
and also in any tool that you like. Whenever you get to use that proficiency in the skill or either the tool, you will get to add 1d4 to the roll, making it even better. Okay, it is true that Vedalken got less features than other races that are on this list or in Dungeons and Dragons in general. But the ability of just having advantage on half of the saving throws on the game, even if it's true that Wisdom, it is the only one of the three possibilities between Wisdom, Intelligence and Charisma that tends to appear, that's still great. That combo then added with the ability of picking a skill and a tool and being great with them, it is just very powerful. Moreover, through tireless precision, you get very good skills. Skills that are going to be even better, like Arcana or History. Any type of knowledge-based character will love to roll better in out of skills because they are the ones that they roll every session or a lot in general. So being better in them, it's great for any intelligence-based character. Like, for example, the wizard or the artificer. Thank you so much for sticking till the end of the video. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you would like more content about Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I'll see you in the next adventure.